Propagate. Hey everybody, sorry I'm 2 minutes late. I didn't know I had to hit a certain button. I thought it was going to automatically do that. I've been talking to my friends down here on Instagram. I went on the Instagram live thing to let them know that they need to come here because this is where it's at, where you're going to be able to hear the music I'll be making with this device. They can only hear my voice. So yeah, that's what I'm telling them. I tried to write for them this go-to thing, but it's backwards. It's reversed. So Instagram live thing. Say what's up in the chat, so that I know you're there and that you can hear me fine and that it's all working. I'm gonna wait until I get some confirmations from you before I, go on any further and show you the box for this device. I want to flip the camera over. I really want to do it, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for you peeps to say something in the chat. So we're just gonna. I know what we'll do. In the meantime, Scott Sheffield, hey bud, all good, sounds good. Oh yeah, I see some familiar faces, some familiar names in the chat. Now it's all coming through. I'm quieter. Okay, thank you, Scott. Let me see if I can just boost the level just a little bit. Let me just see. All right, what? I can't see the VUs down there at the same time that I'm doing this, but I'm gonna try. Let's go to my UAD mixer thing and let's just boost. Let's boost the gain to the mic. I think that's probably better. It might get a little noisy, but I bet that's better. What do you think, Scott? All right. So I've heard from you all. I've told the folks on Instagram to head over to YouTube/Lightpath or lightpath.zone/microcosm if you can read mirrored text. Here goes. Are you ready? This is what I have here today. It just showed up in the mail today, and I got, the shadows on purpose. I thought I would make it a little darker for my face. If you think it's too dark, I can change the ISO of the camera. I just dropped it to make it a little bit more mysterious. Scott Sheffield, I'm curious what your take is on that. If you think it should be a little brighter, please everybody tell me visually. So microcosm, this showed up in the mail today. I have only glanced. I said I haven't read the manual. I've glanced at like the features that it has, but I've not read the manual. And I have the manual on a PDF, and we might look at it. But I have not even taken this out of the box. All I did was take it out of the shipping box, and at that moment is when I realized, oh hey, let's do this. Let's like get live and try this. And I know I've only done like interviews, like not interviews. I don't know what you want to call those funny things I do with that I've done with R. Benny and Emily Sprague that are like, what do you call it? Podcasts that are video. I don't know what the Joe Rogan experience. I don't know what you call it. But so yeah, let's just get right to it. Everybody's probably waiting. Okay, moody lighting is fine. Good. Well, you know what? I feel like one little click up. Let's just do one more up. Let's like make it a little brighter. One sec. Let's see how much of a difference that makes. See if it's any different. All right. Well, first of all, this live stream is not brought to you by LaCroix, my favorite carbonated zero sugar beverage of choice. All right. So we still have 8 people on Instagram. If you haven't heard, oh, you might not be able to hear me. Instagram might only be able to see my lips moving and not be able to hear me because I have it plugged into the computer. Whatever. Let's do this. Okay, here goes. All right. By the way, wait, hold on. Look at this box. Look at this. I've never done an unboxing. I can't believe I'm doing an unboxing. This box is like, Hologram has like the best aesthetic. I love how they've got this like National Film Board of Canada thing going on almost, you know. It's so good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the limoncello. It's like it tastes sweet even though there's like, you know. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, for real. So hello, I am Microcosm. All right. We have a quick start, or is this the actual manual? I think this is probably a quick start. Yeah. We might want to reference this in a little bit, so let's keep this here. And oh yeah, this is like the real manual. So firmware 1.1. Sorry, that's the LaCroix. Yeah, Taffy. Like I saw that there's a new firmware update, like a little late, I noticed. Let's see. I'm going to go, you can't see me do this, but I'm going to go to the Hologram Electronics website, and I'm going to see it's loading. Download V11. Good, that's the one I have. So maybe that means I have the new one already, so I don't have to update it. I was a little concerned about having to update like while we were here, you know, while we're here. Okay, cool. These are nice stickers. Like, yeah, again, I really like their aesthetic. I hope I have an available outlet down there. I forgot that you have to plug things in. Okay, let's get that going. Let's get some power. Even though, you know, unboxers usually don't plug in first. They usually go through every like element and, you know, geek out about it. But, you know, we're here to get done, you know? We're not here to just look. We're here for me to talk way too much and postpone way too much. Okay. I didn't think about it. Let's see if this reaches. It'll reach. Yeah, it should be fine. All right, let's get the last thing out of this box. Let's put all this. Ooh, whoever said that they don't like the fact that it's white, it's actually a gray that is nearly the same color as the Teenage Engineering OP1. Oh, we have an actual paper manual, so maybe we should just use that instead of a PDF. Here, I'll even leave the stickers out. All right, let's put this aside. There it is. How about that, because we have a white table. Yeah, the color is a little warm looking from the camera right now. It's actually a cooler gray than this. This is a little more on the taupe side, right? Yeah. And we'll leave these. Actually, I bet we could do this. Let's really like, let's Jeremy Blake the out of this. Let's get this like aligned. Jeremy, I hope you're here. I hope Red Means Recording shows up. I didn't tell him that I was doing this. Maybe I should. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reach out to him right now. That's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to send Jeremy Blake a message saying I'm on a live stream and talking about you! Exclamation point. Maybe I should give him the link. What was it again? Lightbath.zone. Excuse me. Zone microcosm. Okay. Everybody loves getting messages like that, right? So, all right. So what is this? What is this that's going on right now? You don't know who Lightbath is? You don't know this? I can't help you. I don't even know. But what this is an unboxing of an effects device that I have never used. And it is like a granular processor with reverb and a filter, and it can also do delay, apparently. So that's all I really know about it. But I know that I've been following their stuff for a while and really into their aesthetic. And so, yeah. I mean, this is kind of product advertising in a way. Isn't that what all this like content when people make music with stuff? It's kind of like advertising in a way. I don't know. I'm just talking about this thing that I think is really fucking cool, you know? So, but yeah, you know, if or unless you're saying that the product advertising looks good, unless you're saying that, I immediately went to the idea that you were just like, you know, giving me for, you know, doing this. Okay, so let's get some connections going. So I hope all this works because I didn't test it because I didn't want to take it out of the box. I wanted to be for real. These cables are coming from my, I need a Y cable. I need a Y splitter. That's one thing I forgot to do. These cables are coming from my audio interface so that it's in an effects loop so that I can add it to any inputs that I put in. So let me try to remember where... Oh, no. Oh, I can use this. Yeah, this will work. I'll just use a splitter cable instead of I'll use an actual Y cable instead of a... Ooh, I almost yanked out some USB cables. That would have, like, sent everything crashing to the ground. Okay, so what I'm getting at here that I didn't explain. Yes, we have entered the light zone, Scott. All right, so the whole thing is that the input is a TRS because they needed to save space. So I have to use one of these cables. So let me figure this out. Right, and then this goes here. As much as I would have liked to have used the purple and blue cables, you know, it's not happening. All right, and the output should work because it's normal stereo. There's an expression pedal input. I just took the Y cable from my expression pedals, so we won't be using that today. But I do have MIDI for sync. And I hope it works. So MIDI in. And let's plug in the power. Yeah. Hey, look, it has a startup sequence. That's cool. I mean, I guess maybe that's normal. I truthfully haven't gotten a pedal in ages. That before I got into modular, I was like all about guitar pedals and here, hold on a second. See if that works. Yeah, it's all about guitar pedals and stuff, and you know, like I had like a pedal board, and this was ages ago before pedals got cool. Like they were cool, but like the Moger Fogers were like the best thing. So we're still Jeremy Blaking the out of this, really getting everything lined up. So this is my plan. Was to, hey Instagram, you're still there. You might not be able to hear me, but go to YouTube. Yeah, my plan's to use this with the OP1, and I guess you can see it is a warmer gray than the OP1 now that we compare the two. Let's move. We don't need this. We don't need this here. Boom. How about that? Ooh, wait, how about this? Nope. Okay. So let's concern ourselves with things that really don't matter. That's the best idea. All right. Let's see if there's sound. Can you hear that? Somebody tell me. Actually, the person, DK, who just asked if I can test with the OP1, that's what I'm going to do. Can you hear that melody that I just played on it? I just want to make sure that it's routed to you. Let me look on my Mixer app. Yeah, you should be hearing that. This live stream iterative process is great. Okay, so Adam Carter, that's a yes. I'm assuming all good. Okay, thank you everybody. Because there's this delay. There's this latency here, you know, so it takes a minute. Okay, so all I have is this. I don't remember what app. I don't know what you call it on the OP1. This is. It's the thing that's a sine tone, unless you start messing with it, you know. Or I guess this is, you know. So, yeah. So. And those who know my music, which you probably do if you've subscribed to me and you're watching this, so you know that I like sine waves a lot. That's sort of my base, and then I go from there. So, oh, should the music be louder? Is that what you're saying? Here's my voice. Here's the music. We need the music to be louder. I'll wait for you to say yes or no. Yeah, louder, please. Okay. How about that? Is that better? Is that louder? Any louder than this is actually going to hurt my ears, but I can turn... Here, let me turn my headphones down. That might be a little better for me. It's still a bit soft, like for real now, Scott Sheffield? Compared to my voice, like it's still a bit soft. Voice is fine. OP1 needs more volume. Also fine. Better. Okay, better. That was just a delay. Yeah, it's really hard to like to figure that out. Let me bring this up just a tiny bit. Okay, so yeah, that was straight up dry right there. That wasn't anything other than OP1. But I like this. This is like the only one of the, it's pretty much the only synth I use out of this. So how do we send it to the microcosm? Let's send it 100% to the microcosm. So I got to do this routing in Ableton because I'm doing it all on the digi side. So there. And the microcosm is send B, and I've got it cranked. And let's see if this works. Oh, I hear stuff. Yeah. Adjust the OP tone and perceived volume will be greater. In other words, you're saying the fact that it's dark, right? The fact that it's like rounded, not bright. That's okay. We're just starting there. We're going there eventually. Okay, it's quiet, so I want to figure out if there is a level control. Oh, I love it already, even though it's so quiet. Let's go into Ableton and adjust the gain on the external audio effect. And I don't have a window to show you what I'm doing in Ableton, but it's my new hybrid live set that uses the modular, LaCroix, and the computer, and I'll be making videos about that at some point. You may have seen the one that I said it was I'd be making a series, and to stay tuned, and then spend like 6 months because something happened around the world. All right, so let's try increasing that gain. All right, I'm going to lower the input gain again. Just increase the output gain there. Okay, that's probably fine. It's probably a bit hissy. You probably hear some hiss, but yeah. Yeah, so, somebody just mentioned clouds. Yeah, this is totally like a clouds sort of thing, I think. Or maybe it's just because granular with reverb and or delay makes me think of clouds. You know, yeah. But I think the audio quality is better. And what I mean by better is just it doesn't have that crunchy, grainy, noisy kind of thing, which actually I like. And it's funny, I have the ability, we have the technology tonight to send the microcosm to clouds. Maybe we'll get into that later. We can send sends to sends and stuff. So, yeah, I have no clue what it's doing right now, other than the fact that it's on Mosaic, which I would assume is something I would probably really like. That's pretty neat. Oh, hey, let's see if the tempo... I wonder if this is tempo or if it's just flashing to say that it's in a certain mode. if I hit play on the transport and I listen for a moment to my metronome, can you all hear that metronome? You probably can. Tell me if you can. Let's see. I'm just curious if any of this is going to be like in time with this. Maybe I should play in time. So I can't tell because it's all mosaicked out, you know. Good, metronome is audible. You can hear it. Awesome. We maybe should consult the manual for that. I'm curious. MIDI sync, like what has to be done. Maybe that doesn't matter right now. We don't need MIDI sync right now, right? That's probably not what you want to see right now. You just want to like, don't we want to just see how it sounds and try some of the like different settings out? And yeah, let's do that. Let's cut the metronome. Concern ourselves with MIDI sync later, but I have it plugged in case it's gonna work that way. Yeah, it sounds like Lightpath. I was just meeting with one of my creative mentorship students yesterday, and we were talking about harmonic structures. I'm referring to Sworn64's comment about this sounds like Lightpath. And we were talking about harmonic structures, and actually the flashing light is not in time with click. I thought it was, but I think actually, wait, maybe this. No, I don't think. All right, whatever. So we were talking about harmonic structures, and like he was getting into like the stuff. Like he's been listening to Bill Evans and like working out Bill Evans stuff, and he kind of like, he was like, you know, I realized I don't like complex harmonic structures. I like simple harmonic structures that are ambiguous and that can hint at complex things. And I was like, yeah, that's it. And we started talking about the intervals that I like to use. And like, yeah, it sounds like Lightpath. Like so I've been, it's truthfully, it's all I can like, it's what I understand with music. Ever since I was a guitar player, like it's just, it's all I got. So, all right. So let's start messing with the knobs and seeing what it does. Oh. Oh. Every time I try to play it. Seriously, it makes a sound. Every time I go to reach toward the keyboard, it's like it has a sensor. Okay. That one note did this, and I think that's because the repeats are all the way up. It's really nice when a device that has a repeats knob on it, when you crank it, if it like can be nearly constant, yes, yet it doesn't freak out. And that was sort of like a let's say critique of clouds early on, is like, you know, like you turn the repeats up and it's just like, it's certain settings, like it flips out. So you just have to learn, like that's what it means. But I know in the beginning when I got clouds, like in 2015, I didn't understand it all. It was pretty crazy. So let's see what the filter. Oh, okay, great. So right now the filter is applied to the wet effects. I vaguely remember seeing something when I glanced over at the manual that the filter and is it the reverb maybe, or the looper? There's a looper in this. Does anybody know that there's actually a looper in this? Because but I'll finish my first thought that the filter and the looper can be placed at different points in the effects chain, so you can make a loop and have that feed your granular device so that you can take your hands off your guitar or whatever that you're playing that maybe requires two hands and just mess with the effects. And this is what I used to do back in my guitar pedal days. I had like a Line 6 DL4 looper, and I didn't even know what, I had just learned about what granular was at that point, and I don't even know if there were granular effects devices available that weren't like in a computer or something. And so yeah, but I had just different like delays and stuff, and some Moger Fogers and stuff, and like putting things in different parts of the chain was a huge thing. Sometimes you want to loop the crazy things you do with your devices. Sometimes you want to do the crazy things with your devices to the loop. So yeah, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. Sometimes, dude. Is that how it goes? Is that how the quote goes? So yeah, hot tip for Microcosm fans: much of the buffer magic is tied to an envelope follower on the so when you play something in, it starts recording and later playing it back. Yeah, okay. Otherwise, there'd be a bunch of noise. It would just like pile up over time. Sort of like the, what's it called? It's over here. Sort of like the mimeophone. Did I say that? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna like throw a little shade just because I don't know if anybody noticed, but Make Noise made a video after I had made my Joy of Patching video, like 6 months after or something, like, and they called it the Joy of Patching, and that felt weird. I was like, what? That's the name of my video. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Can't believe I'm saying this right here. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave. This will be up for anybody that can't attend right now, you know. Yeah, so maybe Scott can help direct. Scott Sheffield can help direct where to go here because you actually know what's up. I'm curious about the space. I want to hear the reverb. Okay, right now the reverb is applied to the granular. Scott, how does one apply reverb to the input? Or even better, the input and the granular. Is that possible? Like clouds, like the update of clouds. Yeah. I hear you. Patching does bring joy. But the fact that they called the title the exact same thing right after it seems, it's kind of like, I don't know. No trademarks here. It's fine. And I love Make Noise. I know a lot of people there, and I really like them. Whoa, it got a lot louder. Did you notice how much louder the reverb is there? Let's see if... Okay, loop level is literally just the loop. Yeah, I'd like another Joy of Patching too. Good call. I'm not quite in a place right now to be able to do that. I'm juggling way too many chainsaws, but there will be more of them when I'm ready, when I can do it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's only on the wet. Ooh, that's something for me to reach out to Hologram about. Sometimes it's just nice to have your dry signal wet. To have some reverb on your dry signal. So, yeah. Okay. Let's look at the shape. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So let's do this now. Or no, let's just do it this way. So we're hearing the dry signal right now, even though the mix is all the way up. And I see that it says effect volume, so it's not really a mix. Or is effect volume like the like a secondary function? It looks like it might be a secondary function because it's in gray. I want only the wet. I want no dry, and I don't think that dry is because of my routing in Ableton, because yeah, I have the channel down. Yeah, I have the fader down. Let me make sure I have everything muted everywhere else. Yeah. So. Oh, this is what it was. The knob position hadn't been like picked up kind of like the way the Novation Peak or Summit work, where like you turn it and then it gets its value. Yeah, but I still hear some of it. It's not completely out. All right, so Scott, mix at 100, definitely it's fully wet. Okay, Ableton might be, it might be Ableton being a jerk right now. Yeah, but it's muted. It's definitely muted. And the fader is all the way down on my OP1 channel. Well, this is a really complex set though, so maybe it's coming in somewhere else and we're not gonna, that's kind of a, this is all because I wanted to truly unbox it and play it. So it's what we have to, that's the way it has to be. Maybe I'll do another one after I'm familiar with it. No, in Ableton, I actually have a channel that is bringing in the OP1, the dry OP1, and I'm sending it to send B, and on send B, and on return channel B in Ableton, I have an external audio effect that is set to fully wet, and it is routing, it is sending to the cables that are plugged in and out of this. Oh, hey. Oh no, I thought that had to be plugged. I thought it wasn't plugged in all the way or something. Unless, because I am running through this mixer first, but I have it set to insert to go. Well, I'm not even going to go through the details of the SSL6, but it's a thing, and yeah, I think it's okay. Well, we'll just leave it at this for now. We'll see how that is. I should watch the chat here to see if anybody said anything else. Well, I can always just plug straight into the pedal at some point if needed. Yeah, I'll need another cable to go from this to that. I'll need like a little stereo to a big stereo, but it's possible. So, and yes, you can only hear my voice in Instagram. Thank you for letting me know. I wasn't sure if anybody could even hear my voice at all. Instagram is just to get people to know that here's where you want to be on YouTube and Twitch. So thanks. So yeah, if you want to hear about the SSL, go to the Solid State Logic website and read the feature that they just did on me. I did an interview about it. I actually talked a lot about it. So thank you for asking. All right, well let's make some more music with this, and not be too concerned about the not fully wet. Although, man, that's kind of important. I'm just curious what happens if I don't know if I hit it all the way. Yeah, I could put it in the same track as the OP1, but then I wouldn't have the flexibility of all the routing that I do with all my other pedals and stuff. Like I've got a bim and a bam and the clouds going through it, and it works fine on all the other ones. So that's why I'm a little confused. So, but yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sending it a stereo signal because the microcosm has a TRS input for stereo. So yeah, I don't think it's that though. It's a good idea, Scott, but I don't think it's that. How do you know if it's recording or playing back? That's... Oh. Is this like the bypass? This must be the bypass. It's funny that one hasn't read the manual. The whole thing ends up just being like, what's this do? What's all this about? No, thanks though, Josh. And no, I appreciate any ideas are welcome, because we gotta, we can figure this out, Hey, guys here. What's up, guy? So let's see. Yeah, it's the bypass. Okay, I thought maybe that was like a loop, kind of like the DL4 has a loop on-off thing with that. I thought maybe that was that. So that would be this for stopping. So I am curious. So secondary functions are the ones in gray. So is that this? Scott can tell me on that too. Oh, wait, are Benny's in the house? Nice. I think you have to configure if it's going to receive. Oh, that might be the issue. It might be sending double somehow. Okay, so we might have to configure. Oh boy. This is something we should do. So is it time to just get the manual and we all figure this? Okay, I don't know how many people are on here because I don't have that tab up. But there's got to be at least a couple handfuls of people. Can anybody who wants to, take a look, open up a tab, find the manual, or do a Google search or whatever. We want to figure out how to configure this to receive stereo. You think all they would have to do is you plug in a TRS cable and it knows it's stereo, and you plug in a TS cable and it knows it's mono. That seems normal to me. Okay, so page 23 of the manual. Thanks, Austin. Thanks, Benny. Page 23. Oh yeah, that was a joke, wasn't it? Because page 23 is not that. Austin has such a dry sense of humor that sometimes I don't even know he's joking. So, if we're not in person. Page 22, 23, are you all serious? Oh, it must be, it's a new manual. This is firmware 1.1, so 1.1, so it might be different now. Maybe I'll just pull up the PDF and do a search. How about it? So we want stereo, maybe? All right. These are a bunch of mentions of the word stereo. And global global configuration. Here we go. Page 22 and 23 in the online manual. This book is not it. So you all weren't joking. Let's see. Step 1, to enter global configuration mode, hold both shift and phrase looper buttons for 2 seconds. Shift and phrase, okay. All right. Until the lights animate. A cyclical light animation will confirm you've entered. Okay, so I'm probably in it now. Let's hope. In global configuration mode, each control knob is assigned to a specific configuration menu. Oh boy, I can mess things up really fast here. You can access these options by turning any one of the assigned knobs and opening the color-coded menu. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to look at the chat real quick just to see if anybody's like, no, stop. Okay, I forgot there's enough latency that you're all I'm in the past, or I'm in the future. You're in the, I don't know. Navigate through the options using preset selector. Ooh, the preset selector. The preset selector. Okay. This is this is like how somebody's brain works. Using the preset selector, pressing to select an option. The cursor will glow white upon selection and save the setting to memory. Any changes made will be retained. Okay. I still hear music happening on this, do you? Very faintly in the background. All right, so input mode. Oh. Wait. I'm afraid to just press it. I can tell that it's going to make these light up differently, but input mode here, activity. Is there something here that says activity? No. Okay. On page 23 of the manual, I see that number 1 is activity. Step 2, briefly move the knob to select. I don't see the word activity on the pedal, but the manual is telling me to go to activity. Oh, this is the activity knob? That's activity! Hey, that's what it is. That's what it means. Okay. Activity knob clockwise. Center LED should be off. Yeah. Okay. Activity knob clockwise. clockwise. Did I just change something else because it's in oh, it's showing that it's in mono. Does that mean I click it? I click this? Uh-oh. No. Okay. What am I missing here? Top left knob is activity. Okay. Let me read page 22 again. See what I missed. Okay, we know I'm in global thingy mode, global configuration mode. Each knob is assigned to a specific configuration menu. We're working with this knob. You can access these options by turning any one of the assigned knobs and opening the color-coded menu in the example for steps 2 and 3. The activity knob is being used to access the input mode. Okay, good. They're even showing me input mode. I see. Turn it all the way this way, and these lights are supposed to change. However, those lights aren't changing. That's what we don't know. Let's see what Scott. Let's see if Scott's can save the. Try using preset knob while on activity page. How do you know when you're on the activity page? Oh. Oh, maybe that's selecting it. Okay, so is it just me, or was that not clear? You turn this, not this. Because as I turn this doesn't change. But as I turn this left and right, it does change. Or is it that you need to turn this, and by turning that, it tells this what menu you're in, and if I went and turned this, it would select another menu, and then this selects the items within that menu. Is that what's going on? Each one of these, turning it, is just a menu selection, and then this is the actual parameters within the menu. So, Street Fighter. Oh, Scott's saying it now here. So yeah. Okay. Turning a parameter knob selects the menu to enter. Yes. Okay, exactly. That's just what I was. Okay, cool. Understood now. I don't know if maybe the manual didn't say it in that way. Maybe my brain just works differently, but we have it in stereo now. Do I like click it to select? Hey, yeah. Okay. So while we're in global configuration mode, maybe we should look at some other things. Instrument level versus line level. That would be a good one to do. So is it the mix knob? No. Yeah. Okay. So now we're at cool. Different colors. I like it. We were in instrument level. Okay. Now we're in line level. We'll watch everything be all totally crazy. Let's select that because I probably won't be using my guitar straight into it all that much. If anybody has any suggestions on other things to configure while I'm here, let me know. Let me think about the MIDI channel I want to use for this. Yeah, because all of the parameters can be controlled via like MIDI CCs and stuff. It's pretty wild. I think I want to do channels 13 through 16, and it's also a blue light, which looks really cool. So we do that, and we're on channels 1 through 4. And boom. Oh, I see 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do channel 14, because I vaguely remember I'd used 13 for something, actually. Strangely enough. All right, MIDI through clock. Yeah, let's look at that. So we want to send internal, transmit MIDI through, don't send internal. Send internal, don't transmit through, don't send clock, don't transmit. Yeah, we want to send and transmit, and I'm pretty sure that that's what it's set to. Yeah, I figured. Hold style, toggle versus momentary. I'm not even going to think about that right now. Bypass style. We want trails. I want trails. So let's look at that. Space knob. Yep, let's change it to trails. I like my pedal bypasses to keep the delays going, you know. Then again, I might be getting myself into some trouble because it might go forever. I don't really even know how this works. Looper operation. Oh yeah, that's something important to know. So record, play, overdub, or record, overdub, play. I like record, overdub, play. So that would be the loop level knob. And let's change it to record, overdub, play, because that's... is that how the DL4 works? It's been years. I forget now, but... I know that's how Ableton's looper works, and that's kind of what I'm thinking of now. I haven't looked at the chat for a little while. Let's see what's happening on here. Yeah, the intuitive approach. That's all I saw, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. I usually don't work this way, but I don't want to like say, it's time for a live stream, and then we sit down and all we do is read the manual, like, which is, I guess, what we're doing now. But yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's call it. Let's see what's happening. Let's see if we can get the fully wet stuff happening right now. Nope. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I'm still in the mode. What do you do to exit? Does it doesn't tell you? Wait, they don't tell you? To enter, you do these things. Once you're in, you do this. Navigate through these with this. All changes. To choose a new menu, just turn the corresponding... Does the manual seriously not tell you how to exit the mode? Okay, Scott. I'm so glad you're here. How does one exit the mode? Like, press and hold? No. Do you just do the same thing you did to enter? Oh, to exit, it does say. Press the bypass foot switch or hold shift and... Yeah, I was about to hold shift and phrase, so that seemed like if that's how you enter, then that's probably how you exit. Are we in some different mode now that we have this like circular thing going here? Well, I'm gonna hit the bypass button, so that's a little easier. So let's see if we're... Yeah, it didn't work. It's funny that some Instagram folks are still on, even though they can't hear all the sound that we're making with this. If you're on right now and you're listening, head over to Lightbath Zone, lightbath.zone/microcosm, and get on the YouTube stream. I'm here just because. I'm here because, you know, that doesn't make sense, whatever I'm saying. Okay, 48 watching on YouTube. So that means we lost some people in that last deep dive of global configuration mode. We lost. I don't blame you. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting by with lots of help from friends here. Well, do we still figure out? I think a great way of troubleshooting would be to just plug straight into the pedal just to see what happens. Ooh, look, fully wet. So that means it's totally user error here. It's me. I did something, and it's Ableton or my mixer. So let's make sure. It must be Ableton. So that means, oh, it was me. Does anybody want to know what it was? I had another channel open that the Summit usually goes through that was assigned to the same inputs that the OP1 is on. So it was, oh yeah, not gosh dang it Ableton, Scott. Gosh dang it Lightbath, you just weren't paying attention. That's what that one's all on me. Okay, so we got fully wet now, and we learned about global configuration mode, and we are going stereo into the pedal now. Oh yeah. Oh, here we are. Let's just make some music for a second because we just need to get into it for a little bit here. It was a little much there. Oh, it's going to be too loud. Yeah, let me turn it down now that it's in line level. So now I desire looping. I would like to consult the Oracle, Scott Sheffield, known as Scramp Short Friend on Spotify. Do I have that right, Scott? It's some version of that, because you use that username elsewhere. I would like to loop, and could you tell me what button I need to press so that record, play, dub works instead of tap tempo? Obi-Wan keys clicking ASMR. Yeah, exactly. Here. Oh, right, I forgot you've been rocking Franz Tormer. Yeah, Franz Tormer is, like, tight. Does anybody say that anymore? No. Franz Tormer's awesome. Franz Tormer's got some bangers. So yeah, look up Franz Tormer, artist on Spotify. That's Scott Sheffield. So the center top button in the phrase looper section needs to be activated. Center top button and phrase looper. That makes sense. Now we're using the phrase looper. You bet, Scott. Oops. Okay. Oh, now we're overdubbing and now we're playing. Colors. The colors made sense. The colors worked for me. It totally worked in that moment. I was like, oh, it's orange. It means it's overdubbing. Same as Ableton. Now, I wanted to reverse it. There's the reverse button. I think I'm going to start using this a lot, because this is how I started making, like, electronic music, you know? I had no space on the memory card. Well, we're not going to make a produced... Let me turn this one off, too. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're not going to make a produced version of this. We're going to leave this up as an archive, and it'll be fine. So maybe I should swap out the memory card. Should I swap out the memory card? I'll swap out the memory card. Let me just remember where they are. Yeah, stand by. Just listen. It's fun. Oh, hey now. I'm not sure how much space is left on it, but on this new card. Oh, wait. Pop the screen up. Oh, we're on spot focus. How do you fix that? Like that. Okay. So, let's get back into this now. But like, as I was saying, this just sounds so good. Like, I started making electronic music with a looper and a guitar and stuff, you know? So like that approach is very familiar with me, but when I started making music with the modular, I didn't do any of that. And I really have only done just a little bit of looping, like with, like, what do you call it? Cold Moon, that piece Cold Moon, for example, is one of them. So yeah, this is cool. I know our Benny does a ton of looping. That's like your jam, man. I could kind of just listen to this forever, but let's do more with it. Let's actually just... Scott should be a guest on here right now. What this should be is a Skype call between me and Scott, and where Scott shows me how to use this. That's what this should be. So, I want to change the octave of the speed of the loop. That's what I desire right now. I desire, just like the DL4 where you can go beep boop by like changing the speed. So Scott, if you know that, yeah, I wish you could. I don't think there's a way of once this live stream starts like this, there's no way of guesting. So next time, next time I get a new pedal that turns out you already have and know, new device. So for now, Scott, well, yeah, tell me if you know how to, maybe we should look it up. I'll do another like PDF search. I'll just do like speed, like loop speed. This is why PDFs are better. Oh, there's nothing. Okay. Loop octave. Nothing. Let's just do speed. Okay. 30 instances of speed. Does anybody know who Chris Speed is? Saxophone or reeds player, basically. Haven't heard him play in forever. Multiple looper playback speeds. Okay, so it's possible. Good. And phrase looper. Hold shift and turn time. That makes sense. Yo, okay. I wish it were quantized. It would be... Oh, I just changed the speed. I expected that. I expected the middle to be normal. Oh no, I didn't change. Okay. It's a lot like Morphogene. There we go. It's got a swing gate on it. Seems like you have to go past it in order to make it work. It'd be nice if you could enter in a scale. If you could quantize only fifths and octaves, for example. That's my trick with clouds. Y'all want to hear this? Watch this, or listen to this. I am now going to send the return channel from the microcosm to clouds. I don't hear anything. Nope, not coming in yet. Let's see, what are we missing now? That should be going to clouds, but that's not connected. Yeah, it's not getting signal, so it's not being sent to it. Maybe we won't do this. I just thought it would be so cool to show you what I do with pitch in clouds, and that's what I wanted to be able to do with the time on here. So it's getting the input, but it's not sending it out of 13, 14, or it's not receiving back from 13 and 14. It's sending out. I've got this aggregate device happening right now with my computer. I've got both the ES9 and all of its ins and outs and my UAD interface, and they're an aggregate together with tons of ins and outs. It's a little mind-boggling, yeah. Oh, it didn't have enough signal. I think it might work in a second here. Or not. Let's try sending the OP1 straight to it. Nope. Or no, the OP1 wouldn't work because it's a pedal. That's playing a loop right now, not the OP1. Yeah, it's working. Okay, here we go. I just didn't have density or size or something. Yeah. So the beauty of clouds is that it has CV inputs on all the different controls. So you can take modular concepts, you can get an idea, and you can say, I want to control that parameter in a more organized way. So I can take a voltage from a knob and put it through a quantizer and choose the specific intervals that I want so that when I turn that knob, it only does those instead of, oh, I have to hit shift, right. Instead of all of them. So, yeah, modular. Yeah, okay, nice. Raynert, you can quantize clouds. It has a volts per octave input. Yes. It's what did anybody see my Moog live stream back in April? The synthesized live. I had just started playing the Matriarch through clouds when I did that. And I did it like throughout the whole performance was like this stuff with the live Matriarch going through it. So yeah, I love doing that. But I've been doing that little trick since Moogfest 2018 is when I discovered that. I mean, I knew I'd had a volts per octave input, but I never thought about what would be a cool way of doing it. So my Moogfest 2018 performance that's on YouTube has that all over it. And then like full new, when I did the full set at Commend with Emily Sprague, that said, I'm doing it all over in that one too, because it was like only another month or so after that. But yeah, I've just been doing it ever since then. Whoa, Scott Campbell's in the house. Yeah. Buff Magic. Buff Magic's in the house. Hey, Scott. So, yeah, I'm going to turn clouds back down, though, because not yet. This isn't a clouds jam. This is Microcosm. But did I miss Scott Sheffield saying something somewhere about whether time could be quantized? Maybe I should look this up on here. Like subdivision. Like if somehow subdivision were a pitch subdivision, you could like input scales or something. If it's like a musical, they say musical subdivision, I think they mean time subdivision. But in this case, when using it with shift, I don't know, maybe? This mode offers a manual alternative to tap tempo and allows for smooth acceleration, deceleration. Okay, so it's only smooth. So be it. I would want it to at least flip up and down in octaves. Like, it's kind of like my issue with Morphogene, where they're using the tape parlance, I don't know what to, paradigm, and that's cool, but like musically, I want things to like change on intervals. I don't want them to be squishy. I don't want every note in between. So, yeah, like, I thought that's a pretty normal thing for a looper to have an octave function, so. Switch to subdivision mode rather than tempo mode. Oh, okay. How do you do that? Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I was saying, and I didn't even try it. It didn't work. Nope, it's still smooth tempo. See, that would have been cool if you're on subdivision mode. And I'm gonna reach out to Hologram about that one. Yes, Magneto does that. However, I don't like the scales that they use. They're too complex. Like, if you have a chord happening, like right now we have chords, multiple notes, okay? Then you don't want to transpose it by the notes of a scale, do, re, mi, because it's going to go far out of key immediately. You want like octaves and maybe fifths, because a fifth or a fourth is going to go either forward or backward in the circle of fifths, and it's going to be more or less, it's going to be less harmonically related the farther you go away. And so you want those scales to be simple. You want like just octaves, and then just octaves and the fifth, and just octaves and the fourth, or both, but not even compounding fifths, because in 2 turns of the knob and it's starting to get a little weird, and 3 turns you're like, whoa, it's weird. So yes, transposing harmony is a dicey, how do you say it? What would you say? Just, it's you got to be really subtle. Transposing notes, yeah, you're fine. It's a scale. Like, you make your scale. So the designers, I don't think, had that awareness, even though I reached out to them about it. But, you know, who are they? They're like, who's this guy? You know, they're like, who's this guy telling us? Like, you know, yeah, who am I to ask well, of course I'm going to ask a company to do something that I think they need to do. Because I want the thing to do the thing. Okay, so yeah, it would be awesome if it could be added in a firmware update. Wouldn't that be cool? But let's go through more of this stuff. So right now, it sounds like the looper is probably after the granular stuff, because we're not hearing any more granular stuff happening. The blooper does it. I bet it does. Chase Bliss, they know their stuff. Plus, knobs had a big part in making that pedal, if I'm not mistaken. So that doesn't surprise me. Knobs is very musical, and Knobs really knows what's up. So, and Chase Bliss in general seems to really know what's up. So yeah, it depends on the company, you know. I'm not saying Hologram doesn't know what's up. It's just they don't think to work that way, you know. But yeah. So my next question for Scott Sheffield is, subdivision is fixed intervals. When assigned a subdivision, the knob scrolls through predetermined playback speeds. And then other people are saying that theirs doesn't behave that way. Yeah, mine's not either, is it? Yeah. That was surely not intervals. So that's something to check out. Yeah, move the loop pre or post effects. That's exactly, Chris Koenig, thank you. That's what I want to do next. So we don't even have to wait for Scott Sheffield to say how to do this. Maybe Chris, you can say what we do. I'm just going to look in the manual again and search pre-effects. Do a find for pre-effects or just pre. Oh, no, then it shows up pre in the word expression. All right, so pre-dash effects, pre-fx, there we go. Pre-fx, here it is. With pre-fx selected, the phrase looper will be routed in front of the effect. Okay, so that's under additional phrase looper configuration. So we're back to more of this doing something and reading about it. I'm going to scroll back to see if anybody tells me how to do it. So, all right, not yet. So let's look it up. Microcosm's phrase looper has several configuration options that change the looper's default behavior. To access these options, press and hold phrase looper button. Pre-effects, boom! Look at it right there. Wait, so it is pre-effects right now? Phrase looper quantize. Let's go out of it right now in case that's what we were missing. No, phrase looper quantize must have to do with time quantization. Okay. So pre-effects, burst, quantize, looper only. Is it just a matter of scrolling through those and that's all you do? With pre-effects selected, it will be routed in front of the effects. Okay, so it's routed in front of the effects. But then if I put it on burst, does that mean that pre-effects it's no longer pre? Let's read about quantize. Quantize synchronizes the loops. Yeah, hold up. Let me back up here. Pre-effects. All right. By default, the looper is routed post-effects. I'm not convinced that just because that's flashing, that means we are enabled. Oh, there we go. I had to click it. Now we're good. And so now I can choose burst or quantize. Okay. Let's choose quantize on. I don't know what burst is. Let's look that up. Yeah, do you hear that? Now we're cooking. Burst allows for the creation of fast one-layer loops. No, it doesn't sound like something I'm going to want to look into. Okay, so that's all we need for that stuff. I'll check back on the chat, see what people have said since then. Oh yeah, maybe it was slewed intervals. Maybe that's a good point. All right, I'll try. Oh, because it's pre-effects now, you can't hear the changes happening right away. Well, all I know is what I'm hearing is nice. And by the way, thank you everybody. I'm now reading your comments about the whole selection of the thing that I just ended up figuring out. I figured it out within the window of recursion, within the time space window that we have going here with chat. Yeah, you know it's a rough day when the foot switch is depressed. Okay, I'm really liking those vibes. Whoa. Oh, because I'm hitting shift. And it's changing the reverb time. I can let go of shift now. Okay. So I just turned the resonance up. That's not what I meant to do. Hadn't realized I was holding shift the entire time. Well, what does this one say? Modulation frequency. Okay, so keep that down. I was just automatically holding this down. Just didn't even realize I was still doing it. Are they called warp core? Is this called warp core, like Star Trek style? By the way, everybody, wait, I'm so curious to see. Yeah. So, speaking of Star Trek, I have something exciting coming in the next few months. I'm not even halfway done yet. So, and I haven't had a chance to work on it. And it requires my neighbor's dog. But I'm working on 2 videos. It's a series, and it's episode 1 and 2 of it. And let's just say Warp Core made me think about it. And if you liked The Joy of Patching, you'll love this next one. And it's like higher production value than I've ever done. And it's taken me a while to work on it because I work on it and then I have to go address a deadline for something and then another thing and then another thing. And so it's actually been like 2 months since I've been able to work on it. But it's really cool. So it's going to be cool. This is all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Okay. Yeah, I really want to understand this. I want to really get to know it, and I could, yeah, this feels like an instrument. This feels like it's making things that I didn't think I would make, right? So like that's big. It's been a little while since I've experienced that. I guess I've gotten gear, but the gear has been of a model that I know already. Like, oh, I have a new synthesizer. It's made by Moog. It's really awesome and sounds amazing. But it's like, I understand it already. Like, I used to have a monopoly, and, you know, it's architecturally very similar. But, like, this is a combination of things that are coming out differently. I guess architecturally, it's still, like, my reverbs and my granular things, but there's a different character, though. So... Wait, something was labeled ambient. Oh, the reverb modes from left to right. Thank you, Scott. Look at this. Oh, nice. Man, I love the next generation. All right, let's look at this. Left to right, bright room, dark medium, large hall, light bath zone. Let's switch to light bath zone, labeled ambient. So what was that? We hold shift and then turn this all the way up. We must already be in it. Yeah, of course we're already in the light path zone. Okay, so what's Scott saying now? Oh yeah, I'm only using one algorithm right now, and there are still 10 more that do other things. Yeah, my brain's wrinkled from that. Maybe we should switch. Let's change the shape a little and reduce the reverb to nothing. I just want to understand what it's doing a little bit. Oh, right. I can play to this. Yeah, Lenny, I was going to do the Matriarch through this, but it's behind me, and then I realized, like, it wouldn't translate as well, and I guess I could take this camera and put it over there, but then I'd be turning. I couldn't easily have this on an overhead camera, and I wanted it to be able to be seen. So yeah, that was my thought process, and I was like, no, I'm going to do the OP1, especially because I don't particularly love the way the OP1 sounds, and so if we can make it sound really good with a source material that's only so-so, then it says a lot. So those were the thoughts. Plus, look at the colors. They're almost exactly the same. There's just no yellow on this, but otherwise it would be Hologram's colors. It's like these two are... I wonder, actually, if the Microcosm used the OP1 as, like, on a mood board. Like, the designers had, like, the OP1 on their like, design board as inspiration. Oh, the loop has effects baked in. Yes. So there's a trick. Okay, pro tip. Hologram microcosm hologram microcosm pro tip: make a loop in post effects mode mess with the effects, switch to pre-effects, do more effects on top of it. Ooh, you heard it here first. That's good. Yeah, just constantly switching back and forth. All right, maybe we'll hook the Moog up. Right now it is on possibly the same input. Yeah, so I'll just have to switch over. You might hear a click, but I'm going to just try this and see what happens. Look at that, it's ready. That's all it is. It's a little out of tune, and I kind of hit some keys I didn't mean to hit, and now we're going to be repeating those keys forever. I also had the levels in the mixer on the Matriarch cranked, so we got all that distortion. That's why we were hearing the overdriven sound. And I actually ripped all my patch cables out from my special patch that is like the one I use all the time. So this is just going to be a straight, you know, patch, nothing special. By the way, I don't know if I'm not supposed to say this. It's probably okay to say this. I have a patch book of Matriarch patches coming soon that Moog is going to be releasing. So any Matriarch owners have that to look forward to. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And like I said in the beginning of the stream, did anybody see the new like black dark mode or whatever version of this? I got really excited about it, and I was like, oh, I have the colorful one and I want the black one because I love black. But then I realized it's all red buttons, and I didn't like the way the red looked. I wanted them to be gray. So I'm actually happy that I have this one because it has different color buttons, and I didn't like the red on black. I was just trying to get the Matriarch to be faster, but couldn't quite figure that out. But then it was cool. The Microcosm made it faster, so that was kind of neat. I like had that like Caitlin Aurelia vibe for a second. I don't know if anybody heard that. I just, when it got fast, I was like, hey, that's something she does. Okay, so that's a lot of matriarch, mosaic triarch. So what do you say we like change stuff? Oh, you know what? I see my computer screen has flux on. That's why it looked warmer. So the pedal is slightly warmer than the OP1, but it wasn't as warm as I thought it was because I had flux on and it was changing the color temperature of my screen. Just telling you that. I don't know why you need to know that. Sometimes I overshare. Something you should know about Lightbath. So, okay. Yeah, I sort of missed the DLD. That was my main jam back in the day. It's just a very clean delay. Like, you can change the delay times on and it gets really great. Granted, Chronoblob can do the same, and I use that a lot nowadays for that sort of thing. So, yeah, but truthfully, I can't get out of the magneto zone because of what it does. Hey, let's do that really quickly. Let's send the microcosm to magneto. Interesting, I did not expect it to sound like that. But this is pretty nice, though. All right, let's send now Magneto to clouds. That one sort of needs to be louder now, too. I'm probably going to be messing up all of my levels because something else is going on, because, like, my input's too low or something like that, and I'm going to have to redo all these levels. I was modulating. Is that density? I was modulating density. That's why I wasn't getting as much action, because I figured it should be doing this, which it's doing now. So I can bring those levels back down. Oh, I can hit undo. Well, thanks for hanging, Lenny. I see your comment. Yeah. Go back to the archive and hang in the future while this is the past. DLD versus Chronoblob. Chronoblob, it's smaller and I can do most of what I could do but with DLD. But what I miss is I don't know. In DLD, I would treat them as two separate delays sometimes. I'm not sure if Chronoblob actually does that because I haven't thought about working that way. I think of it as a stereo delay, like one input as opposed to two separate inputs, but maybe it does work that way. But yeah, Chronoblob. Because that's the one I own now, and I sold DLD. And All Right Devices is pretty awesome. And T-Rex was like my jam. And I really like Tyler. I met Tyler when I lived in Austin, Texas. He's really great. Yeah, all of this is the OP1 into the microcosm, plus a little bit of Matriarch in there. but then I'm running, it's not only the microcosm we're hearing, then we're hearing magneto and clouds. I'm like doing a thing that if anybody caught what I'm doing, it's a really powerful technique where you send effects to other sends. If you have everybody routed in and out of your audio interface, you can use external effects in Ableton, and you then, so you take the return, you know how the return from like a return channel is over in the return area, but then make its output, don't make its output master, the master, make its output a new track, an actual stereo track in the mixer section, right? In the like section, the whatever, the mixer section, the channels. And each one of those channels then is your actual return then. And in Ableton, let me see how I did it. Yeah, if you put it to those, then the actual return channels you're not using for anything. You just keep the faders up. But you're hearing it because of the return mixer channels that you have monitor in set to. And that gives you the ability to use the sends on any one of those returns to send to another effect or to send to itself, which is like a dub mixing, like delay technique. You get a different kind of feedback when you do that. It sounds different. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just sending like effects to other things. And that's why I have it this way, because it's like a patch bay then. You can send things to things and it's not ever what would you say? It's not ever like fixed in its architecture, in its signal flow. All right, so let's go back into the hologram zone. And right now, I just took magneto out and I took clouds out, and just realized though it would have been really cool to feed those effects back into the microcosm. That's what we didn't do, but maybe we can get to that later. Yeah. But yeah, exactly, Lenny. The DAW allows this. Like, you either have a DAW or you have a huge mixer, like a studio-style mixer with lots of sends and lots of channels to return them into. Yeah. So how about we change the algorithm? Maybe we ask, I don't know if Scott's still around, Scott Sheffield's still here, but if you are, Scott, other than Mosaic, what other algorithms do you like? Can you suggest the next one for us to go to? Yeah, it's an Inception move. It's totally dreams within dreams, effects within effects. All right. You know what? In the meantime, I actually want to add a preview of some of the new, it's not the new music I'm working on. It's not actual music, but it's the new, like, a process. The way some of my stuff's going to sound whenever the actual album happens. Oh boy. What notes did I just play? Okay, I think I remember what key I'm in. Let's see if this works. No. I'll be able to figure this out. I know why. I have a matrix, and I need to assign the matrix. Yeah. I'm going to send that instrument to the microcosm. Just got to remember what channel the microcosm's on. B. Okay. Let's do that again. If you saw my newest video, the newest piece that I've made called Moody... Oh. Forgot that was on. Hold on. That was unintentional. Oh boy, it's gonna be in the microcosm forever now. This is the thing. It's dangerous when you have a delay unit or something like that with 100% repeats. You do something, it's going to come back to haunt you over and over again in new ways. Oh, I don't know about the Instru Leon or Lion or whatever it might be. So as I was saying, wait, what was I saying? Oh, I don't remember. Damn. Well, I don't know. We'll just go back to the music. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to have two trains of thought at the same time. Like the one you're thinking, and then the chat, which is like on a different time base. It's confusing. It's why I always seem so scattered when I do these. Although the people that work with me one-on-one will probably attest to the fact that I am a little scattered in general, but I can be very focused at times. Oh, Divkid said Leon. Cool. Yeah. That sounds really rounded and filtered. Maybe it's just something about what's happening in Ableton. Bring the octave up. Wait, why is that happening? Oh, that's the microcosm playing it back. Because I had it too loud and now it's going to remind me that it was too loud. Good thing I'm not recording it into the loop right now. How about this? That's nice. Cool, it is Leon. Great. Send that to the MC. You know, me and the microcosm go way back. We go back so far to the beginning of the stream, actually, that we've now reached the point where I just refer to it as the MC. MC. Microcosm. MC. We're on a nickname basis with each other. I'm not recording it into my DAW because I'm afraid that everything would crash. But maybe it wouldn't. Yeah, I remember I did a live stream recently for Patreon, like a Patreon only one, and the music was so freaking good, I could have made an album from it. It felt like to me, and I wished I had been recording. Maybe I should be recording this. Here, I'll just enable some channels here. The problem is oh yeah, post mixer record. I have a whole set of channels that'll record all this. All right, I'll just hit record. Let me hit save. Let's hope it's fine. Because the recording I'm doing of this is the recording of the stream, so it has my voice all over it, so we wouldn't want that. But yeah, this whole aggregate device that I made, I was talking about, yeah, it allows me to multi-track all this. Like, that's the plan once I actually sit down to make the record, make the album. Do this. Yeah. DJ Lightbath. Did I ever tell you the story of DJ Lightbath? So here, I'll tell the story now. I would ask you all if I should tell the story, but it would take like 30 seconds to wait for you to tell me. So once I start telling the story, if you want me to stop telling the story, you actually have to type in "stop telling the story" and say, like, let's just make more music and let's go to the next algorithm. But yeah, so the story of DJ Lightbath. When I was in Portland 2 years ago, Portland, Oregon. Oh, it was on the April 14th. It probably was. That's where you got that from. All right, so I'll tell the story now, though, just because it's fun to tell, because dude is awesome. I was in Portland, Oregon, and I was staying at this house that had this recording studio, like, built on to it. And I was there for, like, almost 2 months or something like that. And I was really happy to have that, and grateful to have that experience. And at the house, in the main house, have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in the house part, which the studio was like this separate thing, right? I mean, it was attached to the house, but it was like double wall separate. In the house, there was an event, and the event had Rainn Wilson from The Office, Dwight from The Office. It had Rainn Wilson speaking, and because it was a oh, my computer's freaking out there. It might not be able to record. I've only been doing it like a minute. We'll see. It was a Baha'i event. The family that owned this house with the recording studio are Baha'i, and Rainn Wilson is Baha'i. And he was, yeah, doing like a Baha'i talk. And I was asked to open for him, to play some music on the modular. This is back when I was making the Loom videos. The first 3 Loom videos were recorded in that studio. So I don't know if you noticed, they have a nice depth of field and like a really nice couch sofa in the background and like good lighting and bookcase. And like, yeah, that's not my stuff. My stuff doesn't look that nice, but it's a nice place. And yeah, the computer totally did hate that. And so I was asked to play some music before him, and I did. And I made this little ambient stuff or whatever. You know, I did the Lightbath sound. And then Rainn talked, and I was in the audience for his talk. And as he would refer to me as DJ Lightbath. And I'd be like, no, it's just Lightbath. And he knew that. And then he just kept referring to me as DJ Lightbath, like three times throughout the talk. Like it was DJ Lightbath. And so then at the end, he said, and let's not forget, let's thank DJ Lightbath. And oh wait, I did it again. Every time I tell this story, I forget to set it up the right way. Okay, in the room was this friend of his who has like 3 or 4 doctorates. I don't remember in what, a bunch of stuff. And Rainn would call him Dr. So-and-so. Like he would make a big deal out of the fact that he was Dr. So-and-so, right? And it was great. He was just giving him a hard time for like being so well learned, well studied, and well degreed. And so at the very end, Rainn's like, and let's not forget, let's thank DJ Lightbath. And I was like, that's Dr. Lightbath. And the room was like, blah, ha, ha, ha. It was great. I one-upped Rainn Wilson. Rainn had been making the whole room laugh the entire night. And then, like, he gave me an assist, and I, like, slam dunked that one with Dr. Lightbath. And it was great. It was, like, my best moment as Lightbath. So that's my story. Yeah. Yeah, this is the dad joke delivery effect. I'm pretty good at that. Okay, so now what is happening is we've got all these like fast and slow versions of the loop that was in there. And do I change that with activity? Can't quite tell. Here, let me stop the pluckies. Yeah. Okay, time makes sense. I hear what that's doing. Yeah, I desire more control over the mosaic, I guess. And it seems like this is the amount of control I have. Other than that, other than this, maybe. Which actually is a lot of control, come to think of it. The envelope. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Let's change the modulation frequency. So let's not change algorithms yet. Let's get deeper into this. So shift and modulation frequency. Activity is the number of active loopers. Okay, yeah, let's bring that back up. Thanks, Scott. Man, Scott, it would be so cool having you like on screen, being able to like show the manual and stuff, and like when you know something like this, you just be like, yeah, no, it's this. Like if we could have you on like heads up graphics support, you know. Okay. Yeah, I think this is, I think once one would learn this, it'd probably be really good for live, because we've got this whole like mosaic of sound happening right now. A loops at normal and double speed. What is A? Psst, there are 4 mosaic presets. Rotate the preset algorithm to... Oh, there's 4 of them? Oh, okay. That makes sense. At normal and double speed. So that's why the is happening real fast. Okay. Oh, that's a half speed in there. Yeah, octave below. I wish I could undo... Sorry, like a tiny flying insect. I guess I don't need to kill it. This is like a habit. Something small I don't understand. It's like, kill it. I do want to get better at that. Actually, Scott, it would almost be too difficult to read the chat and talk. Maybe not to talk with you. I could have you on as like stage manager, giving me the cues. I did that once. I was not a musical director. I was the conductor for a production at the Public Theater in New York. And one of the producers was the late... He wasn't the late at that point. He was alive. Why am I forgetting his name? Brant from The Big Lebowski. Brilliant actor. Philip Seymour Hoffman was one of the producers of this play, and I was the conductor. And what that meant was there were 3 live musicians, a guitar and a bass and a saxophone, and I took the composer's music and put it all into Ableton with like a 16, like an MPC style controller, you know, like a trigger finger is what I used at that point. And I would, I used an APC 40 before the push came out. And I would like trigger the different like parts of the pre-recorded stuff, you know, the electronic stuff, and then conduct the musicians to come in at the right time for that. And I would get the cues from the stage manager in my ear. And so the whole production was just this like remembering what to do and doing it and not messing up. That's kind of like, it's not the feeling of like performing and playing music and like improvising and exploration. It was none of that. It was all like match the squares to the squares and the circles to the circles and make sure the colors are right and they're all set up and that's at the right time, and do it and don't mess up. It was stressful, but you do it enough, and after like first week of shows, you just have it. You're so down, and then weeks after that, you're just like fine, and then you just float through the whole thing, and then it almost gets boring, but it never really gets boring. So thanks, Scott. I'll just say thanks. You know what I'm talking about. All right. So enough of that story. This is just like story time with Lightpath. Maybe I should just make ambient music and tell stories. All right. So that was B. Let's try C. So double speed. Half double and quad. All right. I just got to go right to that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, live in the latency zone. That's where you can be now. However, Scott, if you do want to message me directly, like you just did, on the Club Lightpath Discord, I encourage you all, if you're not already there, to join my Patreon at the hexahedron level to be a part of the community of over 80 people on the Club Lightpath Discord who are pretty cool. People like Scott who know what's up, and they share stuff. They share the music they make. They share the ideas that they're having. They talk out ideas together. It's like a forum, but it's actually private. And so you can say stuff that isn't going to end up on the internet. Pretty neat. And it's smaller, so it doesn't have like the issues like muffs and stuff like that. So yeah, Discord plug, Patreon plug. And of course I want people to join the Patreon because it's one of the primary ways that I support myself financially these days. So yeah, it's kind of a big thing. All right, let's Shift from Magneto Benny is exactly what I thought. It felt like yeah, when you crank it all the way up. Granted, you know, Magneto, obviously I know you know this, has the new firmware that allows you to determine what happens at the top of that knob, which is really awesome. You can say, I want these intervals to come in, like, really, really, really cool. So, yeah. Okay, so Mosaic is a winner. I think it makes sense that they made it start up in that mode. It's such a winner. So these are micro loops. This isn't even granular. This is just micro loops. I sort of want to go forward to granules now and see what happens. So reggae bass, awesome, Lenny. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for bringing the vibes. Yeah. Later. So. Wait, Benny, Austin, don't you know about the new Morphogene firmware? Yeah, when you just go to the Make Noise website, when you update it, there's actually other things you can do too. You can choose whether you want them to be reversed or forward and what interval transposition you want them to be, and there's 3 of them. So it's great. Yeah. So everybody, update your Magnetos. Oh wait, did I say Magneto this whole time? Yeah, you said Magneto shift, and I said Magneto, and I've been saying Magneto, the word Magneto. Sorry, Morphogene. I meant Morphogene. Magneto doesn't have a firmware update. Strymon is not like Make Noise. That's the cool thing about these smaller companies that are going to make firmware updates. They're going to keep supporting things. They're going to be updating them and making them really user customizable. Strymon, I have a love-hate relationship with them. You know, like, I love the Magneto. I use it all the time. I love the shift mode. And this totally sounds like shift mode. I see what you mean now. But it also sounded like Morphogene when you turn that one knob in the bottom left all the way up. But there's changes that both Austin and I have wanted the Magneto to have since the very beginning, since we both bought it right after NAMM. We both pre-ordered them after that NAMM that we played them. And we requested it, you know, wrote to them and requested the stuff, and nothing, no updates. They're like, we made an instrument and this is our instrument and it's done. The instrument has a lot of flaws, but it stays in my case because the one thing that it does well does so well that it sort of like smears over all those other flaws. But yeah, I do remember when we gave Strymon a long list of firmware suggestions. It's been a couple years, I think, since then. And yeah, crickets. So yeah. All right. Let's see. I would like to second the idea that, oh yeah, another joy of patching. Oh, it will happen. But the other two things are going to come out before then. They're not exactly like joy patching, actually. They're different. So I'll stop talking about that. Okay, let's try some other... How long have we been going? So 2 hours of Mosaic. It's got to be time for another algorithm. Oh. Ooh. Do you all hear that? This thing is really pretty cool. Okay, so I should get the quick start to find out what the activity knob does for each different algorithm. That's what this tells me. Oh wait, there are 6? Oh no, that's granules. There's the 2 blues. Strange design. Those 2 blues are too close to each other. They don't tell me cognitively that they are different. I see that they're different colors, but come on, you can make this a little more different. Make that more purple or something. Make it red. Just saying. Grain density and spread. So we're in haze right now. Yeah, a short diffuse effect from stretching and overlapping samples. I can't really have it on screen and read it at the same time. So many simultaneous randomized grains. Mixture of normal speed and double speed grains. And half speed grains. Okay, grain density and spread. Oh yeah, now it's wuda deto wedo wado. Oh, you want me to make it louder? Yeah, it did get a little quieter. I think it's because the loop was recorded in. And also, did you notice, watch this, when I turn the reverb up, it gets louder. Okay. Let's go back to Ableton. And yeah, I'm only at like -24 on the faders here. So let me just think this through a little better. I want to make a smart choice. Oh, no wonder it's been going this whole time. There's an arpeggiator. There's an arpeggio happening on Matriarch this entire time. That's why I kept going. I was thinking this was just like infinite repeat stuff. Okay. That explains why. Remember when I was saying earlier I wanted the Matriarch to like not be doing those things? Well, I could just hit stop on it. But I like it now, so I'm going to leave it on. But yeah, let's... increase its volume. It's almost too loud now. But it's louder at least. Oops. Okay. Maybe it's not too loud, maybe... No, it's too loud now in... Oh, the master volume is still low, you think? Alright, I wish there were... a place... Oh, I can do it here. I don't think that changed it. Did that make it louder? The problem is it's clipping on that device. Maybe in the streaming software, I can increase it. Oh, it sounds a lot better. Okay, so it just didn't on my monitoring, but it did it at the end. Okay, so I just had... Yeah, I had the final part of this multi-device chain a little low. So now I'm as loud as other YouTube videos. Finally! Okay, I am gonna turn the Matriarch down a little bit though, because it's too loud compared to the loop that I have on this, which was recorded quietly. So as long as that loop stays on here, we're just gonna have to let it be what it is. But what we can do for now is increase the output only by 1 decibel because we're already maxed. Okay, so be it. We'll leave it at that for now. Well, let me see. Audio from channels 7 and 8. Boom, this is why I had the preamp disabled. It's probably gonna get really loud. If it does, I apologize. There we go. Gain staging. It's just so complex. There's so many things happening. I just forgot that I had the little preamp device, the little Neve like UAD plugin disabled just to save GPU or CPU or whatever. So, all right, great. We're louder now. Thank you for your patience. Let's like turn some knobs. Oh, loop level. Hey, look at that. There's a knob for that. Yeah, it looks like I can get plenty loud now. I wonder what happens when we lower the repeats. Oh, did you hear that? It got all like tape crunchy. Yeah, record a simple sequence into the looper, post effects. Reverse it maybe as you're recording, Scott? Is that what you're saying? Switch to pre. And then just keep doing that probably, right? Desmond Hila, or Hill, or however one would say your last name. If I had a Korg Minilogue, and Kylie Minogue, I'd give her big kisses. If I had a Korg Minilogue, I would get a delay. I don't think it has a delay on it, does it? Scott's saying the exact same thing. Yeah, I would just get a delay, or like Scott said, get a reverb and a delay, and set the delay feedback pretty high, because that's what's happening right now. Really, you know what I would do if I had a Korg Minilogue? I would get a microcosm. Just get this thing, do what I'm doing, just plug into it, and it's just gonna then do it. But basically, the point is you want something that will allow you to make layers. You got to use your instrument, and then you want it to make layers that happened in the past for you to put new things on top. And that combination is what's going to give you like the kind of polyphony that will be interesting through time. Oh, it has reverb and delay on it. Nice. Okay, then that's okay if it's noisy. Like unless it's a bad noisy. If it's like a good noisy like clouds, then it's a good thing. But like, turn the feedback up until it's just before it gets uncontrollable, you know, and make it slow. Make the repeats as slow as it'll go. And then you sort of have like a tape loop that you're playing into, and then you make your attack slower so it fades in the sound, and make your release longer so it fades out the sound after you release the key. And then just... So we're in mode number 2. We're in tunnel. Only 3 modes? Oh, tunnel. Okay, we're not on tunnel. We're on haze. We're on haze B. All right, now I understand how to read this. Okay, I get it. That was, the first one was short diffuse effect from stretching and overlapping samples, simultaneous randomized grains. Okay. Oh wow, did the stream die out for peeps? If so, it's probably because I'm trying to, I wonder if it's because I'm trying to record with Ableton, or let me look at my stream health. Okay. I'm also streaming on Twitch right now, so maybe it's... I wonder if the stream is cutting in and out because of the audio being louder somehow. Everybody's dropping. Oh no! Maybe it's because I was waving my arms around too fast, and it was, you know, when you have like a lot of motion, it requires a lot more bandwidth. So I'm gonna be a little more still. And I think, yeah. Oh yeah, if people haven't followed me on Twitch, I'm really new there, and I want more followers before I start doing like events that aren't just restreamed like this. It's just Lightbath. Just look up Lightbath on Twitch. It's probably twitch.tv/Lightbath. Please follow me, because I've got like 40 followers. And we can contrast that with the 19,000 that are on YouTube. So it's a little different. Yeah. But I sort of want to do some, like, I don't know, something different on Twitch that's like you only can get on Twitch. That's still different than the Patreon-only ones that we'll do with the creative mentorship, like the Q&As and those kind of like sessions of me just like building a system and talking forever like this. But yeah, this is the first time I've done this on the YouTube side, as you probably know that though. Yeah. Okay. So that's why you can't live stream sports. Yeah, exactly. That's why a soccer game, a football game as it were, in the rest of the world would not work. Baseball might work. It's slow enough. Basketball wouldn't work. Actual American football would probably work. It's fairly slow game. That's exactly why my career as a mime artist did not work out with streaming. Austin says, Arbenny. Oh no, Arbenny didn't say it. I thought that, to me, was an Arbenny joke, and I didn't see that it was actually username under Arbenny. Good one, though. Really good one. That does seem like something Arbenny would say. Okay, curling. Yeah. That's where you like scrape the ice and it moves a puck or something. It's like ice hockey, but you're actually touching the ice. You're not allowed to touch the puck or something like that. Isn't that what curling is? Such a strange sport. Okay. So we're in Haze B. Let's just see what Haze C sounds like. Yeah, that whole double speed. Who thought of that sport? Like, we're going to scrape the ice around something to make it move. Oh man. What if bowling was worse? I kind of, bowling's okay. I'm kind of alright into bowling. I don't know if I've ever, yeah, I watched it a little bit. Well, I watched it when I was a kid because my grandfather was really into bowling. So, yeah. Never really bowled though. Like twice. Oh, wait. Wait, Sunbeamer's here? Where's Sunbeamer? Sunbeamer, have you been here and I haven't seen that you're here? Well. Alright. Is it Ambalek? Is that how you say underscore? Good night to you. Oh, Sunbeamer, look at you. It's sun_beam_. Yo. All right. Later for the peeps that gotta go. Let's keep scrolling through some of these. Oh wait, let's add reverb to this because somehow there isn't enough already. And it sounds like we're clipping somewhere. All right, we don't need reverb on that. Let's go to the next one. So this is D, a mixture of normal speed and half speed. Right. It's like the double before, but it's half. That's nice. Especially because of how busy it was. Okay, good you didn't hear that distortion stuff. Carter Long, I'm glad you're having a good time. Yeah, right. It's the same thing with tape. Like if you speed it down, if you slow it down to half, just like... That was my trick. Has anybody seen the videos that I made years ago? A few years ago on the OP1, it was just the OP1. I would go into nature and there'd be like a mandala, like made with plants and rocks and stuff. And it was, whoa. Why did that stop? Sort of Andy Goldsworthy style. Not anything near what Andy Goldsworthy does. If you look up Andy Goldsworthy, the natural artist, I don't know, what do you call that kind of art? Using only elements from nature to make something, and he's brilliant. Yeah, those pieces that I would make on the OP1 called Nature Spirit Earth Mandala, I think. Yeah. The trick, like of every single one of those almost, was to just record into the OP1's tape and just slow it down. -12, slow it down an octave. And you get all of these cool textures that just get all like really nice. Land art. Yeah, good. I'm so curious what the Infinite Jets is like. That's the one that I got really into. Well, not really into, but like I heard that stuff and I was like, man, I should get that pedal, but you know, I never did. But yeah, so yeah. Oh yeah, no, those vids are. I think they're on the Lightpath channel. Maybe they were on 4 Hexagons. Let me look it up. YouTube. And now I'm going to search on YouTube. Nature, Spirit, Earth, Mandala. Local Nature Spirits, Earth, Mandala. Right. Nope, Lightpath. Yeah, they were some of their first Lightpath videos. 2016, I think. So yeah. Yeah, there was an abrupt stop in sound. Exactly. There just was. And maybe that was because of changing presets. We should continue to look into this to see if that's the case. I just changed to tunnel. And there was an abrupt stop in a way, but it didn't silence everything. It just changed to the new thing, which is nice. Do you hear that? Let's listen to that for a second. Okay, let's sit with this for a minute. I'm gonna mute my mic because there's actually more hiss from it than you would think. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic and just make a little music for a second because I really like what's happening right now. what I was doing there with the Matriarch, I had it in 4-voice polyphonic mode, and I had the first oscillator at the 8-foot, and the second two at the 4, and the last one at 2. And it's in round robin mode, so as I play the keys, it cycles through those different octaves. Each oscillator plays at a different octave. Not each, but the oscillators play at different octaves. So I'm playing normal lines, but it's transposing up and down certain things. So I can play a normal shape that's very normal, and I expect it to sound very linear, but it's jumping all over the place. It made it sound so much cooler. And in the beginning, I thought it was the microcosm doing that, but no, it wasn't the microcosm. It was the Matriarch, and that's in one of my patches in the patch book that Moog is going to release. That like do this thing. Sending these vibes to your heart, Scott Sheffield, and anyone else who has the feels, has similar feels. beating chords were my clouds trick. It was one of the instruments that Renee is, in the modular, is triggering. Because everything that's not the Matriarch or the loop that came from the OP1 earlier, or this playing any of that stuff, is all coming from Renee in the modular. It was that playing a bunch of sustained stuff, and then clouds is cutting it up. So that was clouds. That's my clouds trick these days. That's what I did all over that Moog live stream. Had Moog, the Matriarch, droning, and all the rhythm was actually coming from clouds. Okay, that's a good one. So that was Tunnel. Tunnel's a good one. Ooh. You ready to get strummy and pointillistic? Let's get strummy and pointillistic. Wait a second. There we go. Here it goes. Oh, yes. Oh, my, yes. Nice. Jam along. It'd be cool. There was this like platform where people could jam along with what I'm doing, and I could preview different people's feeds and bring them in like a DJ. Like I could be like, I want to bring in so-and-so right now because they're doing like conduction, like Butch Morris's conduction almost. Like you're doing something cool right now that fits with the vibe I'm going for. And then I could like bring you in and then you could join the live thing. Somebody needs to make that. Wouldn't that be cool? I haven't messed with the whole cow thing that much. Yeah, I always keep my OP1 on Nitro because it's basically a variable width bandpass filter, which anybody who has worked with me in an educational context knows that, and anybody that's just watched, if you've watched my videos, you might have heard me say this a lot. I love variable width bandpass filters. I love to be able to choose how much of the spectrum I want to let through. So literally it's like on every one of my presets, even though I only really use one preset. Arts Mesh. Yeah, I have that app on my computer. A friend of mine who is in the group, oh, I know why you know this, Scott. You know who I'm talking about. Who is in the group Brooklyn Raga Collective. I think that's what it's called. Collective, right? Aaron Schrag, trumpeter and shakuhachi player. Aaron Schrag, old friend of mine and musical acquaintance, musical partner. Aaron Schrag uses Arts Mesh, and yeah, I think I wanna try that at some point. But back to this. This algorithm strum is really nice. Yeah, Aaron's great. We have a duo piece that we recorded 2 years ago that I really need to get around to editing. I'm pretty behind on my pieces. I haven't released a live performance in 2 years. I have a backlog of 2-year-old performances. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one's so delicate. Almost has that like 12K vibe, like Marcus Fisher. Taylor Dupree. Like it's not quite as delicate as what they would do. Like it feels like their stuff feels like it's ready to crumble, like it's crumbling in front of your face. Delicately crumbling in front of your eyes. a nice sounding reverb on this device. So I see now if reverb cannot be applied to the dry signal and can only be applied to the effects, if you will, then that's the reverb. It's not usable. It's like a reverb on its own. Like if you want a wet sound to go into this device, then you need to put a reverb before it. But it has stereo input, so you couldn't do that. I totally did not think I'd be going more than 2.5 hours on this thing, but we're still going strong, so let's stay on it. Let's keep on it. About half the people probably are watching now, I think, than before, but that's fine. That's good. I'm glad you're all still on here. I'm surprised everybody stayed through all that. Everybody managed to hang on with all the troubleshooting and everything. More algorithms. Yeah, let's keep going. I could listen to this one forever, though. Should I just make some music with this one, too? It's going to sound the same as it did before. I mean, you know, it's going to be this kind of stuff. That was loud. My keyboard tray is creaky. You hear that? That's my keyboard tray. Oh yeah, that's the thing to do. Okay, I'll send that instrument to the microcosm. I'm just using a divkid mutes module to send it out. When I click it over, it's like sending a snip of it, you know. This, but with more clouds. Okay. Let's do what I said I was going to do earlier. Let's send the microcosm to clouds. Hiroshi. In that case, good morning or good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning, Hiroshi. Good to see you. I would say to you the thing that ends in gozaimasu, but I don't remember what the first part is. That's me with my nearly non-existent Japanese. Is it arigato? Is that I don't even know what gozaimasu means. Very? I could stay on this one for a while. The problem is oh no, we have 4 more. Okay. So it repeats the most recent note continuously. The next one is many copies of the most recent note overlapping to create phasing effects. Steve Reich, my heart, my brain, my mind. Steve Reich, phasing. Domo, arigato, gozaimasu, but everybody just gozaimasu, they stop, or gozaimasu, like, you barely say the su, probably is what it is, isn't it? If we ever get to hang out again, Hiroshi, I would love a Japanese lesson. So, I just know the Mr. Roboto song where they say that. Oh, it's thank you very much. So it is very. It might be very. It might have been close. All right. So back to the microcosm. Let's go to B. Which also reminds me of Morphogene. Oh, no, okay. Gozaimasu is the cool. I don't know. I think they nearly knocked it out of the. I think they did knock it out of the park, so to speak, with this device. I don't know if it's a grand slam. I think it would be a grand slam if the looper you could hold shift and be in subdiv mode or an alternate subdiv mode or something, and you could go roots and fifths, or roots fifth octave, and change, like, if there were quantization that could be applied to certain things, and you could change it around with knob control like I've been doing with clouds. If you could do that, grand slam. This whole envelope shape thing, though, is nice. It's only a low-pass filter. Can anybody... Nicholas West, there you are. Hey. If that filter could be changed to anybody want to guess what I'm going to say? Variable width bandpass filter. That would be awesome. Wherein the resonance control, the shift and turn, is the width. Don't need resonance. I don't like resonant bandpass. Just flat. But it's just the width. So the filter parameter becomes the cutoff, and the shift alternate parameter becomes the width. That's what I would want. Oh, Scott Sheffield, I think you're about to open up a big something. All right, let's see. Have you considered sequencing MIDI CC18 to sequence the stepped playback speed? Oh, that's it. This is how you quantize it, through MIDI. So when you want to achieve something custom and creative with the modular, you use voltage. When you want to achieve something custom and creative with something like the microcosm, you use MIDI. You did it. You did it. This is why Scott Sheffield is a software developer. You think like this. Let's do it. Okay, so 0 would be quarter, 1, 3, 4, 5. That's CC18 value 5. 0 to 127. You're saying 5 out of 127. It's not doing what Ableton does where it takes 0 to 127 and splits the entire range, distributes evenly throughout the whole thing, which would be harder to figure out. So this is better. Okay, let's do it. Let me see if I can show Ableton. I think I need to bring Live over to the same desktop that, and I probably need to restart the program, which is impossible right now. But if it is, one second here. Yeah, I would have had to set that up beforehand probably. But I'm going to try it in a different way by trying to add a new source. I just want you to see, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing, but you probably don't need to. But would it be window capture? Display capture, probably window capture. Ableton. Add source. Nope. Yep, because it wasn't available beforehand. Okay. That won't work, so I won't be able to show you. Let me remove it. Sure you want to remove Ableton? Yes. Okay. So yeah, let's try it. I'll go into Ableton right now. I'm going to put it back on its own desktop where I like it. Let me see what peeps have said in the meantime. Oh yeah, I'm using Streamlabs OBS, which is an easier to use version of OBS, and I like it a lot. 0 to 5, cool. Can it go faster? You mean that? Alright, I also understand that it's quiet right now. I could turn it up a little bit, I guess. Okay, let's create a new MIDI track. And call it Microcosm MIDI. Make it a very nice gray color. And send MIDI to... I have to configure it. I didn't enable it. That's why we didn't get MIDI sync. I didn't enable it in Ableton. Anybody who was here in the beginning that caught that. Output. Oh, it's not going to be called Microcosm. It's coming out of the interface that I'm using. So it's the MIDI sport, which already is enabled. But only sync is enabled. So I will turn on track, I think, not remote. I think I want track to be on. Yeah, let's try that. And so now I send this to the MIDI sport. Yep, there. Let me look at your reference here. Let me actually copy that. Can I copy this text? It's not allowing me. There. Wait. There. And we will open up a sticky because it'll float on top of my screen. Or, you know what I mean. We will paste and match style. Now I have to start a new one. Thanks for sending me that in a text. I mean, in a Discord, Club Lightbath Discord, Patreon Discord message, Scott. Okay. So quarter, 1/2, tap, 2x, 4x, 8x. Yeah, there's just octaves. Okay, great. With 2 being the center. All right, that makes sense. Now, I need to go into the envelopes section and go into MIDI control. I'm talking through this because I can't show you Ableton, but like when you have a clip, you start a clip, and there's like the on-off, and then there's the notes, and then there's the envelopes, and then there's actually the launch mode if you have that enabled before notes. I'm over in the last one, envelopes, and then I'm going to choose MIDI control, and I'm going to choose 80. And now I can just draw with a pen if I hit B. That'll let me draw with a pen, and let's see. I need to be able to zoom in. I'd love to be able to zoom in vertically, but I don't know how to do that. So 2, right? 2 is our... I wish there were a way of using a quantizer to limit the... Oh, there would be a way. What is that device called? Survey? There's this plugin, Max for Live plugin called Survey. I forget the person's name who makes it, but they're very cool. And I was like, somebody needs to make something like this. I asked on Twitter, and Patches, they're called, with like a lowercase p. And they reached out and they were like, here it is. And so I bought their plugin, and it's really cool. So 2, now let's put it on, let's just go 2 to 3. Really wish I could zoom in vertically. Let me scroll back to the chat to see if anybody's telling me how to just make the automation row taller. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Matthew Martori. That helps a little, but I really want to change the scaling, you know, of it. Like you can do that in like Adobe Audition, or is that Audition that does that? Or am I thinking of Isotope RX? Whatever the case, that kind of stuff. It's taking a while to do this, but yeah. Can't just like go and have it be all the values that I want quantized to it as if they were notes. Okay, let's just hit play and see if it works. Let's turn down the effects. Nope, it's not working, it's not sending it. See if that is MIDI 80, is that what you said? Oh, I did 80 instead of 18. So, hold on. Select all, copy. Now select 18, controller 18, paste. No, it didn't do it. MIDI control 18. Oh, right-clicking on a dot of automation. Oh yeah, I did it in clip view, not in arrangement view. But that's a good idea. Glitch and granular. There's one called glitch. Oh, glitch. I don't think you can hear them both at the same time unless you record a loop with the looper post effects in one of them and then go to the other one. That would work. But yeah, while I'm trying to figure this out, why don't we just scroll through more of these thingies, you know? What are we on, C now? Which is turned all the way down. Resonant bandpass filters. Let's go to the next one. Compressing and lengthening Oh, no, strum. Sorry, that was the last one. Cascading chains of recent note onsets. No, let's go back to that because it does sound like it could be cool. It did sound okay. I just saw the word resonant and was like, forget that. Okay, so let's try to figure this MIDI thing out once more. Just want to see if it is sending at all. I think it's a routing thing. Oh, yep, that's what happened. It somehow took itself off of... It lost that MIDI sport output. It no longer was an option on the MIDI 2, which doesn't make any sense. There it is. Ah, and I was sending on channel 1. I changed this device to channel 13. I don't hear it happening though. Scott, you are sure that it is CC18, correct? Yeah, I have it on CC18. It's doing the work here. And it is coming out of the MIDI Sport channel A. Let me make sure it really is channel A that I'm plugged into. I gotta like get under the desk to see that. I actually have to get behind the desk. It's definitely out A. The question is, does the microcosm need to be adjusted in some special way to receive that kind of MIDI other than what I did? I thought I set it up right, but Looper playback stepped CC18. Yeah. I don't know. Could just try stopping and hitting it again. Oh, I didn't do 13. It was channel 14. That's why. Right? Boom! But here's our problem. Do you hear what's happening? It's slewing it. Isn't that a drag? We want it to be instantaneous. I should be keeping track of the notes that I want to... the things I want to say to... Oops, hold on. Let me make a new clip with the CC at value at 2. So that we can get it back to where it needs to be. It's stuck on a high one right now. There we go. So in our notes of what I want to bring to this company to say that we suggest, first of all, well, second of all, CC18 change playback speed without slew. Instantaneous. That's what we want. And the other bit was shift plus time knob, octaves or octaves plus fifths or user definable, also no slew. make it instantaneous. Yeah. So cool. Great. Yeah, totally grody. Totally nasty. Let's go through some more algorithms. I'm starting to tap out here. It's getting late. I'm realizing I didn't eat enough dinner. I'm like so hungry right now. But it's 10 p.m. On the East Coast where I am, and it's far too late to eat. So the best way to not stay up late at night is like stop eating by 8 p.m. That's like makes a huge difference. Modifiable slew speed. That's a great point. That's a great point. I'll add that to the doc. I'll hit paste and match style this time. I actually wish that the Stickies app automatically pasted and matched style, and that the default was that, and that the non-default was to paste the style. Make it a lot easier if it worked that way. You were going, I kept you from eating dinner. Well, I didn't, but yeah. This stream did that. Okay, so let's go through some more of these. The next one, this is the Cascade with double speed. Oh, cool. Command Shift V. Yeah, probably. Let's see. No, it's actually Command Shift. Is that Control or Option? I don't know how to describe this symbol. Yeah, I really don't know how to describe it. It's like I've never understood what that symbol is. You can open up Stickies, but yeah. So yeah, let's see. Let's just keep going through this. Let's see what the multi-delay is like now. In fact, stop in the loop. And, oh, guess what? My OP1 ran out of battery. Did anybody see that it turned off? It's been a while since I've charged it. I was going to go back to using the OP1, but I guess not. So I guess I have to use Matriarch now. Wait a minute. How do we get the dry signal? Okay, that's it. There's just a little bit of latency because of all the routing that's happening. Yeah, I always forget because the OP1 never runs out. It's got such a good battery on it. Especially, how long have I had this? Like 5 years? No, 4 years? Let's go into monophonic. Okay, so. Wait a minute, we have some other effects on here. Something's happening here where the MC is running through clouds. There. And okay, that's just the multi-delay. Cool. No, it isn't. Here. Oh. The Matriarch has a delay on it. That's it. I'm very happy to see to find that the multi-delay, when you change the delay time, it doesn't ramp up and down the speed, you know. Let's find out what the activity knob does in multi-delay. Oh, here. Number of active delay taps. I hit a key that I didn't mean to hit. Now it's going to keep hitting that. Let's try again. See, this is awkward to like stretch. This is like as long as my arms will stretch. Well, the issue sort of now is we've just had so much awesomeness with these other modes that a multi-delay is just kind of boring. So let's just kind of keep moving through it. Okay, so they're just different rhythmic patterns. I'm going to skip this because whoever asked about glitch earlier, I sort of want to move on to that, but I want to see what the warp is first. Delay taps are manipulated using filters and pitch shifting. Okay. Oh, there's no loop. Okay. All right. Yeah, onward to glitch. User. Oh, okay. There are... Was that 16 or 12? I didn't really count. There might be 16 user slots. That's neat. I wonder how editable that is, or if it's just different versions of these in a different order that you can scroll through faster. Like, you know, you have a song, you have a bunch of songs in a set, or you have a song that needs, you know, different effects, and you can go between them quicker instead of having to like turn in a bunch. Probably that's what it's for, I'm guessing. Okay, so glitch. Let's start with ARP. This is where having the sync happening would be awesome. Let's just see if now that it's enabled, if it's actually synced. Oh, yeah. It's a little off, but it's on. I think. All right, so that means, hopefully, I can enable the Matriarch's arpeggiator and it'll be in sync. This is what I'm hoping for. So much for that. That didn't quite work. Okay, so let's just try the next ARP. Even though I didn't read what the first ARP was... Where's the ARP on here? Multi-delay, granules, glitch, user presets. ARP is party glitch. Okay, understood. Basic arpeggios, various speeds, pitch shifting. Yeah, this one might be cool. I'm gonna skip over some of these for now. The ARPs aren't doing it for me. Whoa, like bit reduced and stuff? Yeah, bit crushing. Okay. Let's see what interrupt is. Glitches interrupt the dry signal with pitch shift. Okay, yeah. It's like beat repeat or something from beat repeat from Ableton. You know what? Let's not do the live input. Let's just put the loop back on, because that was a really nice loop. If I hit it again, it'll erase. So, Scott, because I don't want to erase this loop because I really like it, will you tell me how to start a loop again once you've stopped it? I stopped it by just hitting this once. And I want to start it again without erasing it. I can tell I'm getting tired. I'm starting to slur my speech. My speech is slurring. I've been talking for 3 hours. Okay. Left foot switch. So I just have to hit it 3 times. Because it'll record first. Okay, the first time you hit it, it will play. Great. Oh, that's cool. That you'd have to hold it to erase. That makes it a little easier to not do it. Harder to do it. Only thing is it's confusing what the effect is doing because there's so much complexity inside that loop. Green means not recording. Yeah. That's a good one. I'm going to say that to Jeremy. By the way, it doesn't seem like he hopped on. Maybe he did. I didn't check my messages. Oh, he responded. I'm very excited about this pedal. Maybe I shouldn't be reading his message to everyone. Oh, he was in a lesson. Cool. I will like that. Cool. All right. Yeah. I'm going to type that to him right now. Green means not recording. I'll say it for this pedal. I'll say, pro tip. Green means not recording. Okay. Let's this whole time I've had Glide on. That's why it was doing that cool stuff. Yeah, okay, good enough. So let's keep moving through this. I could imagine this stuff would be really cool with guitar, you know? Just noodling around on the guitar and having all this glitchy stuff happen because you're a guitar player and you're not used to glitchy stuff happening. But it's like when you got synths and like all sorts of granular stuff anyway, you're like, I got the glitch all the time. Like, I know what this is. So that's cool. Yeah, the Matriarch is a large keyboard. A micro version of it would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? This glitch that's happening right now with the weird cracklies, I don't even know about that. All right, on to blocks. What are blocks? Incoming audio triggers. Predictable glitches. Hey, Desmond, glad it worked. Yes, the recipe. Activity is variation and sample manipulation, but repeats does something different now with glitch frequency. Oh, that's why it got weird. I just can't get it to stop bit crushing right now, and I wish it would stop. I feel like it's broken. Actually, something is broken right now. That sound is Ableton. Yeah, I'm going to stop recording. This whole time that I thought all this, like, gross stuff was the pedal. But it's my computer losing its mind, I think. And I don't think there's a way out of it right now. Yeah, I'm going to say that that's our cue. That's the long cane that reached over from the side of the stage and caught me by the torso and pulled me off stage. That's like an old meme. Before memes were a thing. I don't remember what it is. It's some stage show thing where a big cane comes and takes you off stage. But yeah. So I think this has been long enough. Not to mention that I've been recording 4K video on 2 cameras throughout this entire thing. I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm not going to... Like, I have time to edit that at this point because I have live performances from 2 years ago that haven't been released, right? So, yeah. Looney Tunes? Yeah, but I think Looney Tunes was referencing... I think Looney Tunes was memeing it. And I think it was like maybe a vaudeville thing or something. I don't know. I don't even know what vaudeville really means. But it's like that era, like showbiz, you know? Probably came from that. Didn't they do it on The Gong Show? Isn't that a thing? These are things that I barely understand, barely know about. But yeah, I'm like on the age cusp of these things. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thank you for hanging out here for this thing. Like, it's quite some time we've been here, and it's been some pretty consistent numbers throughout. Not the numbers we used to get when we have our Benny on board, but, you know, this ain't no our Benny show. That's for sure. Yeah. So again, thanks for being on. I think we're done. That's been the Hologram Microcosm. We made it through most... Oh, you know what? There's a glide here that is probably really cool if we just didn't have all this weird clickiness. I bet the other micro loop presets are probably pretty good. Algorithms are probably pretty good. So yeah, cool. Well, I hope everybody has a good, let's just say, weekend coming up. I thought it was the weekend. I thought it was Saturday night. That shows you where I am on like weekday, weekend schedule. Yeah, it just doesn't make a difference. I might work on a weekend. I might take a day off during the week. It's I don't even understand life anymore. Yeah. Well, everybody, again, thanks so much. Let's start this back. Oh, that won't work either. Okay, no matter what we do, it's just going to sound terrible. Oh, stop. There. All right, everybody. I'll stop saying already, everybody, and just end it for real. Peace. Catch you later. Go to my Patreon and go do that stuff. And follow me on Twitch. Please follow me on Twitch, because I need Twitch followers. And and hug a friend or a family member. And make sure you eat, you feed yourself, and you drink enough water, and you move your body, and you stretch. Take time to